both games of this match first between the runners. So if Crab Cakes can pull it off one more time, may have played 3 games, but Crab Cakes taking the W. That's kind of what I expect here. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see pretty soon. I'm pretty sure Papa Creed has loaded the guns for both of the runners, so...
Yes, I have. So in a few seconds, we should be seeing both our runners up and at it as game 3 of what should have been 3, which is now potentially going to be 4 if CasualTom wins. Let's just say this is going to be an interesting one.
Okay, CasualTom finds instantly Flash while Cupcakes shuffles out until she finds something or everything.
Well, shuffled up 3 bosses, and now I think we're going to pick one for real, going into Flashman herself.
Ooh. And that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, X6 track. This is Heat Mix, Blaze Heat Mix.
I saw something that I don't think any runner in a randomizer is going to like. If Crackcase is about to find out.
Yeah, it was nasty. Potentially nasty, let's say.
Uh-oh.
So we got ourselves some Buster Immune fan fiends. In this randomizer, these guys are not pleasant to deal with. We have a slight little saying that you never suspect or expect the Fantasy Inquisition. In this case, if we see more fans in this particular seed with Buster immunity, this is going to be an extremely rough seed in the near future.
Yeah, that's just going to force the runners into hopefully trying to find an item here. Crabcake's not able to make it through the top side. I believe CasualTom picked up the E-Tank.
This is a very nasty crash as well. I mean, he's jumping, he's spamming. A low jump, that means more spam. It's pretty bad.
This is going to get ugly fast. And we'll see if Crabcakes can endure this.
Oof.
This is looking really close, though. Oh no!
Looks just like Heatnik's, Blaze Heatnik's annoying.
Well, Crabcase ended up making shorter work on the second go-through. The thing about Crashman having such a short jump, if you can time it right, he really can't jump that 2-block platform. So Crabcase was able to beat Crash very quickly on the second go-around, and both our runners are now going through Bubble Band stage, pretty much telling each other a little bit.
You can safely say that was a manip on Crash that I would not think of, and I haven't thought of for 2 years. That was very smart on her part. Oh, CasualTom takes the death to the spikes, though, which I think evens up things a bit.
Oh no! Oh, just a minor little misstep there from CasualTom, but gonna set him back.
Not too far back as far as the video goes. CasualTom's still a little bit ahead, but we're gonna see what happens as the race gets an eye for an eye, I suppose. Crabcase now takes the death to the spikes and is reverted back to the midpoint.
Okay. Those jumps are usually the greedy jumps Zipless players tend to do. Zipless is about precise platforming, and these are tough. These are really tough to do, especially these mini jumps on the bubble stage. There are 2 of them that are very rough, especially with the enemies. Yeah.
Well, this is a bit of an endurance test. I mean, we've been going at it for an hour and a half now, and we're into game 3, which could see Crabcakes take this all 2-0. But if CasualTom can outlast Crabcakes, we might see a game 4. So I don't know if the time is going to be a factor here, but you never know. There's more than just the seat itself. You get a little bit tilted from time to time, make a minor little mistake, and then it just kind of spirals out of control on you. I hope not to see it, but it could happen.
Seeing him picking quick reminds me of all of my deaths to lasers, so that could happen. Commentary curse.
Both of them have beaten Bubble Man in his vanilla room, and they both found item 1. So we found item 1 and item 3. At least that made Crash Man stage a little bit of a simpler affair. We still may need to find out what item 2 is, as we got a divergence. We already see CasualTom going to Quick Man stage. Crabcase is going to Metal this time, where right now we got a few gears and some Metroids blocking the way. Maybe a Joe, a Slinky, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, who knew? Metal-themed enemies in Metal Man stage. At least the randomizer being
a Game Boy. That's pretty Game Boy. Looks like pretty Game Boy-ish layout to me.
Yeah, very true.
Alright, so we got CasualTom going to Quick Man's room. About to see what Robot Master is on that end. Right now, we're about to see what kind of enemies that Crackcase is going to be dealing with on the final stretches of Metal Man stage. So we got Heatman in Quick Room. So Heatman is probably going to be PCK because he's Buster Soft weak. Going to be a little bit slow because of his invulnerability times. But this should be no problem for Tom as Crabcase is about to see who's going to be in Metal Room.
And just to answer a question in chat, no, zips are not patched. All zips work, and matter of the fact, even more zips occur because it's a randomizer. And we have a zipless tournament, though. This year, we had 2 years with zips. This year, it's zipless. It's a community demand, so they're not going to do any zips whatsoever.
Crabcase taking a nasty death to Woodman in the Metal Man room, and as a consequence takes a game over. Definitely gonna send her back, and she's got to go right back to the very beginning of Metal Man stage.
That is 2+ minutes.
Yeah, that's something CasualTom definitely needs to stay alive in this particular matchup.
Now, something about using E-Tanks in a boss room was a factor in the last game, so I think unfortunately Crabcake's having the scales tilt a little out of her favor here. I believe she picked up an E-Tank in the early section of this stage, did not use it, and this is going to put her behind pretty significantly.
Greed has been quite the topic for some of these boss fights in these races. We seriously cannot stress enough, even if you have one E-Tank in your arsenal, it's much better to use it than have a situation that Crabcase unfortunately just dealt with. This is where Randomizer can just really whip your hide if you're unsuspecting and kind of a little careless. Crabcase is finding out firsthand that you really need to use your E-Tanks when you got your chance.
Yeah, I think it may have just been underestimating how much damage Woodman does when you get bodied by Woodman as opposed to getting smacked by the leaves.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct from both of you, but you need to remember, and speedrunning greed will never, ever go away.
Because Crabcakes needs to use that E-Tank right now. I think... Oh, one left. I was doing the math in my head, and I thought Crabcakes was donezo, but well done on Crabcakes, leaving themselves with one little block of energy. But CasualTom showing us, yeah, don't get bodied by Airman. He does a ton of
and you
damage.
can instantly see the adaptation factor. You can see when one person thinks better. you have the same Mets on the same place in Airman stage this time around, but Crabcakes didn't die. That means the adaptation factor is going strong in this one.
Just a little side note to y'all to probably refresh your streams. I think I'm ahead of. I know I'm ahead of at least Frico because I
lagged for a little bit. That's for sure. So I didn't want to reset my stream right in the middle. But if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna refresh right now.
Yeah, go on ahead. We got it. But yeah, we got CasualTom going through a stage that Crabcase has already been through in Metal, and this is our first look at Airman stage, which mostly just seems to be filled with birds and space monkeys.
Ooh. Come on, Kate, why?
Yeah, wow. Unfortunately, Crabcakes was given the bird, taking getting a little egg in her face and getting sent down to the abyss. Unfortunate.
I was just about to say she might have had a little bit of rain, but of course the birds want to just kind of just prove me wrong on that and just literally yoked her.
Yeah, wow. The hidden birds here are very deadly because if you're not, aware of them, well,
you're aware of them, but there are sometimes when things go bad, they get worse. They don't get better. Most of the times in speedrunning or in these randomizer runs, that's the case. Whatever, yeah. I believe she will recover at some point. But this is a very busterable Metal Man. Yep. Not too spammy. His Metal Blades weren't so fast. And Tom takes the E-Tank wisely.
He was coming close. I think it was about the last bit of his iframe before he got right out of the hitbox. Otherwise, he definitely would have easily taken a body death.
Yeah, Crabcakes did get bodied by Woodman. CasualTom got bodied by Airman. So, in that sense, both of the runners are, even in probably the amount of time lost, but there are other extenuating circumstances, unfortunately for Crabcakes, taking a game over in Metal Man and having to do the entirety of that stage over again.
Yeah, Crabcakes is exactly one quick stage behind at this point, as I see on the tracker.
So we got CasualTom deciding to use Buster for the hot dogs, while Crabcakes deciding to use air, getting a little bit faster time in these stretches of dogs. But of course, it really doesn't matter. Like we said before, Crabcakes is still at least one Robot Master behind, while CasualTom he's just pretty much taking a light little stroll as both are about to go on top of the treehouse. And here we go. I called it.
Oh, no. Well, Crabcakes immediately shifting over to the Leaf Shield and finding that effective. CasualTom going to Old Reliable. It doesn't look like he's doing him any good here.
I can't help to laugh, Tate. I'm so sorry, but being so immune and so annoying makes me laugh so much because I know the feeling is extremely bad for them.
Well, you know what it's like to be a runner in their shoes, as does Creed. Here I am, professional commentator, just kind of directing traffic here, so I kind of have an idea of how frustrating it is. I do know my Mega Man too, but at the end of the day, something like that is a little lost on me, so showing just how painful it is from your guys' point of view.
Okay, Crabcakes, don't give this Flash dissatisfaction like last game. Okay, she found Bubble to be very effective.
CasualTom going in with very little health. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, he has an E-Tank in. He decides to take the death.
Decides to get bodied. I believe he has 2 E-Tanks left, and just decided to trade off a death there and not use an E-Tank.
questionable decisions on that regard. Is once again, it's the case of do you want to save your E-tanks? But of course, he had very little health left, so he thought the death is probably faster. It's really a conflict of interest. Which decision is better?
I haven't
Well,
seen Flashman take 3 deaths in, in one race ever.
to be honest with you, I kind of agree with Casual Tom's strategy there. Because he would have had to E-tank right at the start of the fight. He has the extra man to spare, so why not use a different resource? It is a game of resource management, in a sense. So trading an extra life away instead of an E-tank, where we're not likely to find any more E-tanks on Casual Tom's side of things until Wily 2, given the stages that he has left. Maybe he can pull off on the side of the Crashman stage for an E-tank, but I'm not sure if he'll do that, given that he's behind a game.
Crackheads find a very unfortunate situation in the crash climb, seeing the med just pretty much block her path on the right side. Opting to go to the left side. She does have the resources to make this work, but look like she has item one left, and she got flash, so this should be very tame at the very end. She's gonna use that final item one, gets this E-tank, and it should be good to go for the rest of the stage.
Well, I don't know about that health bar, but
okay, this is the second death that Casual Tom takes. Cakes may have taken a game over, but if Tom continues like this, things will match up pretty soon.
Yeah, Casual Tom looked like he got a little egg in his face, getting sent down to the abyss. And I believe it was Mega Kyle in the chat saying that it's not a consistent spot as to where.
Say
what? You know what? If I had papers in my hand, I would just fling them about, throw my arms up, I give up. You two can just take over for the rest of this seed. I'll be back for game 4 if it happens. Ay.
Player preference, I guess. But we finally found out item 2. Item 2 was indeed locked in Crash. I think we already been through all the stages anyway, so it was pretty much by default that Crash at item 2. So Crab Case is fully prepared and fully stocked for the rest of the game, and we'll have extra time to save in Heatman, because Casual Tom did not have that advantage when he first went there.
Okay, Cupcakes. On this legendary track, give us a good quick. Make some time. I really want to see close Wily levels between both of these owners.
Well, it looks like, at face value, Casual Tom will have an advantage going into the Wily stages, and it'll be the first time in this match where Casual Tom has had a discernible lead in the race. Crab Cakes did take a very unfortunate game over.
She switched to Flash. She's gonna take the... Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly, because there is no other way you're gonna switch to Flash here unless you're doing the zip.
Yeah, I respect that decision. Going in, you want to make sure that you at least be close to topped off, as you're running very low on which Robot Master is going to be left. Of course, we know that Heatman is going to be in this room, but just getting that little bit of safety, even if it may be a little bit out of the way, not that bad of a decision.
Yeah, that was great, actually. Okay, Tom didn't search for anything on this heat, man. Let's see if she decides no. Oh, they're both comfy with the 4 damage that Heatman is taking.
Yeah, it's only 7 laps, and not exactly a large delay between when he decides to fire. But here we go. We're both runners in their final stages before heading into the Wily section. But CasualTom at least half a stage, if not more, ahead at this point. So Crabcakes is going to be trying to run this back on CasualTom from behind. CasualTom about to make it to the boss run.
Making sure those birds are actually completely out of her way so they don't snipe her in midair. Crabcakes finally getting through most of the first half of Heatman stage, while CasualTom is getting a little greedy again against Quick.
Oh no, don't do it! Oh no!
Come on. How many deaths can you take on Robos? I mean, the stages are rough, okay, but the Robos, come on, use the E-Tanks.
Oh, no. This is almost... Game 3 is almost turning into hot potato. It's like...
Look at Crabcakes. She's loaded. She has 4 lives, 4 E-Tanks. I'm pretty sure CasualTom is loaded as well. We have a meme in the community that CasualTom doesn't miss an E-Tank ever. So, you know what that means.
I feel like I'm in a Wario Land game, or a Wario game. Freaking green is good. Satisfied. Once again, we got the best eyebrows in video game history on CasualTom's side. It's game playing time. We got a randomized color for the Mega Dragon. Once again, Chad, feel free to guess that color, and for extra credit, guess that weakness. So, I think, Prodigy, is your turn to make the first guess.
Me again first? No, it's your Creed. I did
the first guess on the second game.
It's actually my turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna go back with the. I'm gonna go back to the cartoon age and stick with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Red Eyes Black Dragon. And as of course, I don't even think we need to mention what weapon I'm going for. It's pretty much public knowledge at this point. But I will say, for the record, the Bubble Lip.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my favorite Pokemon, which is Snorlax. That means green with white. And weakness will be appropriate for Snorlax. Quick Boomerang. Okay.
I've always figured Snorlax to be a little grayish. Must be Game Boy colors.
Okay, gray, white. Fine. I'm fine with whatever.
Well, at any rate, we're going to go for a more traditional dragon. We're going to expect some green color schemes on this dragon. And this one is going to be weak to, let's say, Atomic Fire.
Nice. That's evil. Nice.
Alright, so CasualTom about to finish the ascent. So, a couple screens away from the dragon. Crabcakes in the entryway of Wily 1. This is pretty ugly with the randomized monsters, causing a bit of lag for both of the runners.
Alright, so we got CasualTom the first into the Mecha Dragon's domain. We're about to see if someone is going to get a guess correctly.
And there are differences in the strats for Wily 1 that both of them are using. CasualTom is using the any percent strat, which involves using the item 2, while Crabcakes is using item 3 to maneuver, which is for Zipless is much better in my opinion.
Well, it's not Buster, but it is Bubble.
Oh, good job, Rico. That looks like Snorlax there.
Well, there were some greens on the belly and the horns, but I'm not gonna say that. I'd rather have more of the body that counts.
Yeah.
Well, CasualTom into Wily 2. Crabcakes about to confront the dragon. So if Crabcakes can get through this dragon cleanly, we should have another very compelling race on our hands.
Alright, Crabcakes is about to have her Mega Dragon fight. She's gonna go to the second page. It could still be something in there, and it's not both metal and crabs are unavailable. We're gonna go air shooter. Air shooter's not it. It ain't leaf shield.
Don't state. Okay. Finds bubble.
I have a potential to be right on heat, but of course we won't find that out.
Yeah, it may be. Did they try quick?
Scene. It was in the last game. It was the two on the graph farthest to the right, which I believe is Metal Blade and Crash Bomb.
Heat for crash walls. And we got the classic drills in YD2, but these drills are worse than vanilla. I mean, they have the same RNG. They actually zero RNG. They move with you. You're controlling their appearance, but they continue to appear until the end of YD2.
Yeah, these modes are a little more persistent than your average modes in this. So...
Yeah, it looks like CasualTom just trying to damage boost his way through this section, and that might end up causing him to chew up an E-Tank.
They're really close because of the lag. They're really close.
Yeah, that's almost certainly going to cause him to eat an E-Tank here, because you're not going to... I'm not sure I agree with this. I'd rather just use the E-Tank and get into the Pico fight.
Yes. This time you nailed the speed strat, Rico. It's the E-Tank.
I was about to know Crackcase being low on item 3 for that one particular vertical climb, but she just had enough of it, is now at the point where she's right on CasualTom's buttocks. So yeah.
They're both on the first Pico block at this point.
Tom hasn't found anything. They just found quick.
So Crabcake's going through the usual suspects. No Metal Blade. So let's see what... Crash Bomb. So let's see if Crabcake can fire up some Crash Bomb.
That's not a good Crash Bomb. It uses way too much ammo. She realizes that really fast and finds quick as well.
Yeah, it's like quick boomerang for Crabcakes as well. No, going to charged heat. Ooh, one shot.
And I think the ratio for weapon consumption is much better. Heat was definitely the way to go for this fight. One of the things you probably won't notice in this fight is that the ratios between the amount of damage you use and the amount of ammo used in the fight actually can dictate how effective a weapon can be in the fight. Actually, I might be wrong. It was a 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1.
Been the best.
It's 1-to-1 because you won't charge the last one.
But either way, Crabcake's through, and that time difference has been chipped into pretty big. Crabcake's gonna pull off to the side, pick up weapon energy, as I believe CasualTom did as well.
A friendly reminder that every pickup in this game wastes extreme amount of time, so that plays a really big game in speedrunning and in racing.
Actually, looking in chat, Ren Hero actually brings up a good point. All that heat use, fortunately she does take the time to fill it up. That was the wall weakness. So using the wall weakness in this regard could have proved very costly if Crackcase did not take the time to fill that heat up.
Yeah, that is something that, I'm not sure if Crabcakes knows the wall weakness or not. If Crabcakes does, then they were definitely doing their homework and paying attention. But we won't have to worry about the Guts tank as CasualTom busters it down.
Okay, without any deaths, she made all that time to Tom. It's close. She's gonna also find the buster. She's on it. Tom is not gonna refill, so this YD4 is gonna be a huge battle of time saving.
Yeah, we're looking at about 15, a little over, maybe 20 seconds at most. But CasualTom with an advantage. Crabcakes may pull off to the side. Nope, having none of it. Going straight up.
Yeah, this definitely has not been the cleanest of games. Both of these runners have taken quite a bit of costly deaths. Crab Case even taking a game over at one point, and somehow this is still as close as the other two games that preceded it. How?
Well, with a game over and
Right
so
now,
many deaths.
Crab Cakes is playing from behind, going into the elevators. But aside from that,
No delay scroll, please. Thank you, gang. Okay,
Well,
what delay scroll is, these frogs, because of the lag, can sometimes cause a death there. Causing Mega Man to scroll, and yeah... Hopefully it won't happen. Oh,
Yeah,
three more.
we're not quite out of delay scroll death territory yet. We're gonna see. Hopefully, the lag will not be as effective, but we're about to find out in a moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, Tom makes it out.
Alright, so we're gonna see how Crab Cakes handles this room and the immense slowdown. She looks like she's gonna utilize item 2. Very well placed, very well done. She should be very good to go unless the screen... There we go.
Oof.
And we got CasualTom, the first in the Boo Beam rooms. He does know the walls are weak to heat. So the question is, what are the turrets going to be weak to?
Okay, Cupcakes also know it's heat, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. We just know that she was in danger of not having the wall weakness since she used it for Pico.
She goes straight to the... No, looks like going to the usual suspects.
Yeah, the god weaknesses first, always.
Yeah, and it looks like neither are effective, so it's going to be the quick boomerang and the air shooter, and Crab Cakes does not know the wall weakness.
And that's the advantage that CasualTom needed. This is one of the usual strats that most of the veterans will use. They would go to Wally 2 and just check wall weaknesses there. Not only that, getting that kind of information, you can also get an E-Tank along the way, but the information for the walls is the most important thing. Knowing that CasualTom just pretty much just widened his lead from Crab Case, and a game 4 is about to be imminent unless some catastrophe happens on Tom's end.
Well, that's
no, Tom, stop. Tom, stop. Okay. Oh, that was so close. He's extremely greedy. Extremely greedy.
I can't take it anymore. I just can't. I'm done.
I mean, it's fine playing with lag and iframes, but sometimes, most of the times you die. That's what's gonna happen. Oh.
And guess what happened?
I don't know, something about commentators and a curse or something like that. But, you know, even at this point, CasualTom is casually about a minute ahead. So something really catastrophic has to happen here, as we have both of our runners into the refights now. Crab Cakes on Robot Master 1. I believe Tom has 4.
Okay, I think the lines are drawn. They're as close as they can be. This should be it. They shouldn't die anymore. We should see a clean finish.
Well, Crab Cake's having 3 E-Tanks, getting bodied by Woodman twice, changing her tune using one of those E-Tanks. So it looks like remembering the butter lead for Crab Cakes.
I almost want to say they're going the same directions this time. If my guess is correct, they might be one Robot Master apart, or... Yep, no, I think CasualTom went the other way when he died. Been a little losing on me.
Yeah, CasualTom, I believe, took out the 2 on the top right.
CasualTom playing visual tricks on me. Sneaky, sneaky.
He's very aggressive. I don't know why. He's extremely aggressive taking the hits on those
Here we
robots.
go. This will be probably what decides it. And to none of my surprise whatsoever.
Don't be hasty now, Gandalf. We still have the alien. We still have the alien. We never know what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Okay, I give up. This is not... no.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's time to start heading off to the fat lady's dressing room, giving a knock on the door and saying, alright, it's time. CasualTom dropping down into Victory Road as Crabcake still has 2 more Robot Masters and the Wily Machine. So we're looking at over a minute with not much time left to make up between them. So the catastrophe situation for CasualTom that he's semi-avoided is running out of weapon ammo for whatever it is that the alien's weak against. But he just goes left, picks up the item ammo, and should solve that issue. I don't think extra lives is going to be an issue.
Oh, with all that said, that was really a rough seed for both of them.
Oh, very much so. Well, we're still digging for CasualTom. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, little love, we got a quick boomerang sighting on the alien, and down it goes. CasualTom evening the matchup 1-1 with official time of 35 minutes and 51 seconds. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a game 4 on our hands.
GG's.
Yeah, so get those GGs going. I know they started up, but you can get some more out of there. I know there's a couple of you watching, so let's go. Get the GGs going. So CasualTom finishing off Game 3 with the W. But Game 1 ended in a little bit of a tie, and we've got to break that tie. So Game 4 we go.
I mean, Siberian Bull, you're busy, but we haven't added a death counter at both of the screens, so there's much more work you can do, you know? There's always more.
Alright, Crabcake is about to take her shot at the alien. We know a quick boomerang. The question is, how soon is she gonna find it?
No, not Buster. Look like Metal Blade, that's a no. No bombs. Charge heat, oh, we know that's going to be a negative.
She's gonna go the full line of pages. No, she skips Yep, she's gonna go the full line of pages before she finds quick boomerang.
Those
side stopper, which we know it can't be. Last item for Crabcakes. Oh no.
Those new runners have a really unconventional way of fishing, which sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes.
Well, unfortunately for Crabcakes, that unconventional method of fishing may well have cost Game 1. So, CasualTom in a position to steal away a draw in Game 1 because of Crabcakes not able to find the weakness for the alien, and now going into a Game 4, potentially able to steal away the match, which Crabcakes could easily have won 2-0.
Just to answer a person in chat, well, Alien's hitbox is not so small, it's his whole shoulder. However, Quick Boomerang, when randomized sometimes, has weird hitbox. So it doesn't hit every time.
Alright, so time to get everything ready to go for what's going to end up being Game 4. We did have a tie in Game 1, so instead of having it count for both runners, you know, some fighting games you have it count as both, but we got to go back to the original Street Fighter where it counts for neither.
Okay, let's see the Dragon weakness. I believe Creed bet on Heat, and I bet on Quick Boomerang, and we both didn't see the weaknesses though.
Alright, well, I believe we'll see it on Crab Cake's side.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Let's see if it goes through the whole menu. And yes, Irish Gangsta 54, we're going to a game 4. So I think I'm not the only one that's feeling it a little bit, and I'm just talking about it all.
Yeah, well, Creed is taking care of everything else because we're lazy bums. We can kind of bet on who's gonna win the next one.
Well, Crab Cakes started to show a couple, cracks in the armor. Crab Cakes was the cleaner of the two runners in Game 1 and Game 2. But it feels like CasualTom isn't really showing me much.
You don't believe he's making a comeback?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel like Crab Cakes is going to take Game 4. If she remains as clean as she was in Game 1 and Game 2, I feel like, at least today, at 2 out of the 3 games so far, she's been the better runner. Not this last game by any stretch of the imagination. But when it comes down to it, I feel like Crab Cakes has the advantage going through.
Creed was actually right.
Yeah, it was the Heat.
It was the Heat.
So,
And we found that out at the very last second as Crab Cakes reset to the new seed.
Yeah, Crab Cakes knew what we were talking about, waited for that weakness scrap to show up, and they're like, nope, we're done here, bring on Game 4, let's get it going.
Well, as much as I want to disagree, like for us as commentators to have different opinions, I also believe that Crab Cakes is just playing better today. Whatever that means, she's just better. It looks better, it plays better. Apart from the minor mistakes this run, I believe she has this in the bag.
Well, to go back to that point, we look at the one defining mistake that Crab Cakes made, and that was not using the E-Tank in Metal Man to avoid the game over.
Yeah, but in general, she seems more consistent. If whatever that means, consistency, blah, blah, blah.
No, but I agree with you in that. With Crab Cakes, aside from that one major blunder, has been, in my opinion, the better runner of the two in this match.
What happened in Game 1? What happened in Game 1 was both of the runners ended at the same time. Well, that's a rare occasion on the Rando. I believe it happened 1 or 2 times last year, and it's already been 2 draws this year.
Yeah, we've had 2 games being drawn so far, and this is only the 3rd match of the 2020 Randomizer Tournament. The first game in the first match of the tournament ended in a draw, where it was literally an eyelash blink between the two of them. I think the screen was showing 0.04 of a second of a difference between the two. I think it was maybe about 1/10 to 0.2 of a second in this race, but it still meets the criteria for a draw, because we go by the official SRL time, and that is only determined when you dot done. So if the runners dot done within 3 seconds of each other, that particular game is a draw. And in game one,
it's funny that for 3 years I've known that just today. That's 3 seconds. Yeah, I didn't know that. I never expected games to be so close.
I think
we gotta take margin of error as far as timing into account, and especially in the first game where it was literally the same time where they done on SRL. So You can't get any closer to a tie than that.
Yeah, it looked like on stream, but I don't know about the sync or anything like that.